What's up, y'all? It's your guy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is your Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski breakdown. The rematch of rematches on 10 days notice, a film study breakdown, kinda a little bit, but we are doing the damn thing, y'all, and can't wait to break this phenomenal fight down. Obviously, so when we do usually our rematch film studies, we really break down the first fight. We don't really break down any other fight. Obviously, I know Volkanovski's had a fight after this one, but we just usually, when we do the rematches, we just really break down the first fight, what happened in the first fight, and how we see the second fight going. And yeah, man, I love this fight. Obviously, I picked Volkanovski in the first fight. You can go watch my breakdown for that one. I kind of went a little more in-depth, talked about other fights leading up to that one. So that one was a little, I guess, more in-depth. This might be a little shorter than that one. But in that one, I picked Volkanovski to win. And a lot of people thought he won. But you guys can even look at my, I guess, live reaction to the scorecard. I had Islam winning live. I thought Islam won the first 2 rounds, and obviously that 4th round, it's like he inked it out. He got the back. You know how it is, the Al-Jalame style. You know, I blame Al-Jalame Sterling for making that a way to winning a round, but you know, taking the back is just it's just the Al-Jalame techniques. Not just playing. I'm just poking at him. But at the end of the day, that is a legitimate way to take control, and it's a dominant position. And he had that for like, I think at least 3 or 4 minutes. But obviously we'll talk about that later. But I scored that for Islam. I really did. I thought Islam won 3 rounds. But I thought Volkanovski did the right things, but he did it a little too late. And that's why I scored it the way. But a lot of the majority felt like he won. I think the second round is a round they felt like he won. And, you know, it is what it is. But now we're here. The talk is over. The rematch, this is this. And I love that it has gone this way because, yeah, it's short notice. And, yeah, Volkanovski should be at disadvantages beyond belief. The first fight, he prepared 3 months for this guy, got bulked up, got big, got some of the best big wrestlers out there, went to Bangkok Ready or Muay Thai Ready, whatever you want to call it. I forgot the gym he went to, trained in Thailand. He did all the right things to prepare to make him close enough to fight Islam Makhachev. And he did the right thing, even though he looked sensational in his Yair Rodriguez fight. But the point is, though, he did all the right things and he still came up a little short with ample amount of preparation. And now going into this rematch, he doesn't have that ample amount of preparation. He isn't doing necessarily the right things to prepare for this fight because he doesn't have enough time to, and he's at a disadvantage. Islam Makhachev has been in the trenches getting ready to destroy Charles Oliveira. I think he was about to put on a masterclass against Charles Oliveira. I might be crazy. And with that all being said, you know what I'm saying? And me saying all about the Islam Makhachev performing a masterclass on Charles Oliveira in this rematch coming up, if they would have fought, me saying that Volkanovski's at this disadvantage, me saying all these things, I still lean towards Volkanovski because this is perfect. This is the perfect scenario for me. I was ready to cry when they were going to officially announce Ilia Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski. That's why I never did a breaking UFC news when the rumors was that it was targeted for UFC 297 in Toronto. You guys know I love Ilia Topuria. And I also love Volkanovski, the baby goat. Don't forget about the original baby goat, Volkanovski. Who was calling Volkanovski the baby goat before the Max trilogy? Who was that guy? eBay Fight Predictions, baby. But my point is, though, I knew Ilya was going to do it, but there was a part of me that was going to cry that day because the end of an era would have happened. The end of a run would have happened. The greatness of Volkanovski would have ended, sadly, at UFC 297 if they would have fought. But now it's postponed, and there's a part of me that wishes it never happened. There's a part of me that wishes it never happened, but it has to happen because it is a passing of the torch between two goats, a baby goat and a goat in Volkanovski, and Volk has to pass that torch to Ilya. But fuck that matchup right now, and we're here. Volkanovski is in the best form of his year, the best part of his prime, in my humble opinion, where he's older and experienced, but not a lot of wear and tear, and now he's ready. Third time's a charm, baby. Third time this fight, baby, and he's having another run at Islam Makhachev. And it's just all perfect for Volkanovski to go out there and shock the world. I just see it that way. I just think he has nothing to lose. He's supposed to lose this fight. I just told you, Islam's been in the trenches, ready to destroy Charles Oliveira in the rematch. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Everything's perfect for Islam to win this fight. But the problem is, MMA is not about being perfect. Life isn't about being perfect. Like, I'm telling you guys, I see it. I might be crazy, yo, but I fucking see it. I fucking see it, man. I see Volkanovski going out there and shocking the fucking world. And I'm gonna go more depth with why I feel that way. But my God, Islam is gonna. If Islam beats him, I'm more impressed with Islam than I am impressed with Volkanovski. Even though the Volk did come up and take this fight, and it is on short notice, I believe in the short notice power boost sometimes. I do believe in that. You look at Jorge Masvidal, the first fight with Usman, it was actually a little more competitive than him getting smoked in the rematch. It's insane. It's like it's weird how that works. But I think this is going to be an iconic fight. You can just see by the tone. My 6-minute intro, I am hyped for this fight. And I legitimately cannot wait. But now let's talk about the tail of the tape. Islam Makhachev is obviously... is obviously the champion in the lightweight division. He comes with a record of 24-1. Sorry, y'all get that? I'm dying. Comes with a record of 24-1. He's fighting out of Russia, age 32, a height of 5'10", and a reach of 70. Alexander Volkanovski has a record of 26-2. Is obviously the featherweight world champion of the world, the 145 world champion of the world. In my opinion, the greatest featherweight of all time. Just my humble opinion. Just saying it, but it is what it is. Just my opinion. He's fighting out of Australia, age 35. This is the last year of his prime. I feel like this is the last fight where we see the best Volkanovski. Might have been the Yair fight, but this one might be it. He has a height of 5'6" and a reach of 71.5. So obviously, Volk has a bit of a reach advantage coming into this one, even though he's the smaller guy. Talking about the tail of the tape, obviously, Islam's a little younger. He has a lot more to learn. He's in the prime of his career. Volk is near the end of his prime, but he's still in his prime. Usually, it's 36, where I'm like, okay, the fighter's kind of done. That's kind of what happened to Usman. When he turned 36, I was like... Or he was like at the end of 35, I think, when he fought Leon, and that's why he had such a great performance in that rematch before the head kick KO. In my humble, he was dominating and doing so good. Actually, I was really impressed with him. But also elevation, there's a lot of other factors. But my point is, though, Volkanovski in this matchup, he's the smaller guy. Obviously, we could see in the first fight that played a factor. And let's talk about the first fight, actually. It was a phenomenal fight. These guys, they matched up at UFC 284, and now they're matching up at UFC 294. 10 pay-per-views later. And yeah, man, obviously, it was such a great matchup. And it's in my opinion, the greatest champ versus champ fight of all time. But you could tell Islam had the power advantage, really based on his size and just being the bigger guy. And Volkanovski didn't care, though, because he came out there and was able to stun Islam a little bit in the first beginning of that minute. But as Volk went forward a little bit and went into Islam's range, he got hurt. He legitimately got hurt. And that's what really fucked him up, was the power coming back, because he would start with the cross or the jab, but Islam would return with his own cross or jab, and he would hurt Volkanovski, or he would, in this situation, would come with those double hooks and then throw this crazy fucking head kick at him, which is crazy, and just show him his size. And obviously the wrestling was such a fantastic display, and Islam was able to take down Volk at moments, but I liked how Volk would engage with Islam, though. He wasn't scared to get in these wrestling scrambles with him, and he would like get in his space, but it would kind of turn on Volk because Islam would end up just getting on top of him a little bit. But Volk had so many great get-ups. That was the best thing about this fight. Islam only had one round of like full-time control. Volk was able to get up a lot, man. Look at this get up here where he's able to get up and kind of punish him with a knee. And then obviously, and this is exactly what I was talking about the size. Look at what Islam does here. Volk is so used to throwing the jab, and maybe throwing a cross, and really attacking guys, or throwing a singular cross like he did here. But there was never no consequences for Max Holloway, even Yair. Obviously Yair, it was like a different kind of fight. Korean Zombie, Brian Ortega, there was none of that power, just that big boy power, and he felt that big boy power against Islam. You could just, and obviously they're just two different weight classes. You can just tell Islam's a bigger dude than him, and he was able to hurt him with that cross. But Volk did a lot of good things, like attacking the body, these good singular shots. I felt like in the third round, I thought he won this round definitively, and I did feel like Islam won the first two rounds, so I'm gonna let you know that. But I thought Volk did a really good job of also attacking the leg, and that's something I wanted Volk to do more of in the second fight, is attack the lead leg constantly. And he did it really well in this third round. Again, he attacks the lead leg, and even though I felt like Volk did his things with the single strikes, Volk really won this fight based on his takedown defense. And you could just see it here. Islam would take him down with this beautiful trip from the clinch and then hold him against the cage. But Volk's takedown defense was a weapon in this fight. It broke Islam. I think that's what helped him get to that moment in the fifth round, because look at this moment here in the third round where he's taking him down, but Volk keeps getting back up. Like, Charles can't do this. Charles plays jiu-jitsu. Like Dan Hooker couldn't do this. Fucking Bobby Green couldn't do this, and Volk made him pay every time he got up. And I love what Volk did. He would even try to take down Islam at moments, or even punish him and punch him outside of the clinch, like here. Like, he threw a little bit of a combination and just trip him up a little bit and just engage with Islam. Didn't give him no space, wasn't scared of him, just got in the pocket, got dirty with Islam, just getting in the clinch with him, dirty boxing him up. He just was not fearful of Islam's wrestling. He fought Islam. He made it a fight, and that's the best thing about this. But I feel like what killed Volkanovski was his fourth round, and he cannot let this happen in the rematch. Big takedown here from Islam, and then Islam gets the back, and really controls the rest of this fourth round. And this is what killed it for, in my opinion, Volkanovski. This is why he lost it on the judges' scorecard. I know some people call it bullshit, and I know Volk had this crazy fun moment where he's like, yeah, he's punching him and shit like that, and it's cool, man. I love it. Like, don't get it twisted. I fucking love what Volk did there, and he's talking shit to him, and we're like, I remember I was in the chat like, man, fuck this motherfucker, punk bitch, you clown, you goddamn rat, you can't hump the king. But at the end of the day, he did hump the king, and he won the round like this, and Volk has to avoid this at all costs. This is a round killer, and he's yelling at the crowd, but it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, y'all. I love Volk, but it didn't matter. It was cool. It was awesome for us. But this is about winning. And I think Volk knows that. And I think his coach knows that. And this is hot lava. This is, you cannot be here. And if you saw the fifth round, Volk needs to make every round like the fifth round. Because Volk came in here with a fucking mission to prove, because he came after Islam, attacked the leg, didn't let him breathe. Every time Islam got the takedown, he got up immediately like his life depended on it. And these fucking get-ups, bro, it was breaking Islam. I don't care who you are, unless you're fucking Rabdovishvili or Colby fucking Covington, you cannot shoot takedowns like this and have someone get up constantly. It breaks you. It will hurt your cardio, and it fucking broke him down. This takedown here, he goes for it in minute 2:35 in the 5th round, broke him. It broke him mentally. When he couldn't get Volk down here, he broke down legitimately. And this is where Volk truly broke Islam. And if you look at it from a point of who truly outlasted who in this fight, it was Volkanovski. And he just had this iconic moment where he hits the cross as Islam's going for the takedown. And it just was such a cool fucking moment where it was just like, oh my God, can Volkanovski do it? And Volk truly proved at this moment, when he's hitting ground and pound on top, that he belonged in there with Islam Makhachev. And Islam knew it, he just with that face that he met his equal, and he met his rival. He met a guy that could truly challenge him. And now we're here to this rematch. Now, obviously, it's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. It is a tough fight, and it's going to be a tough fight for Volkanovski to even do what he did in this first fight, to even replicate some of that, because Islam's coming ready, and Islam's coming ready to hurt him, and Islam's coming ready to replicate more of the 4th round. That's the big thing for Islam. I don't think Islam's going to go in here and try to knock him out and play fisticuffs. I think Islam did underestimate Volkanovski in this first fight. I really truly did. But the difference here, it's the short notice factor that fucking kills it for Islam. And also he's getting ready for a jiu-jitsu guy that's going to be playing fucking jiu-jitsu with him. And you know what I'm saying? It's going to be very tough. And Islam ended up winning, but in my opinion, he ended up surviving because he was getting ready to get broken down. Just look at their faces as they raise Islam's hand to get the belt. Who looks like a guy that got beat up, and who looks like a guy that just beat someone up? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference in the damage. And we can see what Volk can do to Islam, right? Volk has to replicate that 5th round from start to finish throughout the whole entire 20 minutes. My advice to Islam is he has to replicate the 4th round for the whole entire fight. That's how I see it. Now, obviously, the difference going into this matchup, though, I would have said Islam was coming in with a little more activity because he was coming off the Charles Oliveira fight pretty quickly going into the Volkanovski fight. Fucking Volk just fought in July against Yair Rodriguez, a legitimate killer of a featherweight that you told me would destroy Volkanovski. I was one of the only guys that was like, hey man, Yair, relax, you're my guy. But this is the baby goat. This is the king. We're here. You're not Ilya Topuria. You're not the chosen one. And Volkanovski, not only did he take a page out of all the grapplers' fucking book, he went out there and became Kevin Randleman and ground and pounded and beat and took down Yair Rodriguez at will, destroyed him. Obviously, there's drama about the headbutt. I know that. I can't deny that. But besides that, though, then catching him after the headbutt with the switch stance lead hook, taking him down at will, and then ground and pounding him to death. He fucking went out there and destroyed Yair and made it look easy. And now he's going into this fight with some momentum, with a win. I just like his chances. Just the fact that he has nothing to lose, I know he's going to replicate what he did in the 5th round because he has to. He's going to go for it. Now, does he have more of a chance of getting KO'd? Yeah, I do think there's a chance. I'm not a fan of Volk's durability. I'm not a fan of his chin, and his chin was really high up in the air in that fucking Islam fight. I'm not gonna lie, but he's gonna go for it, and that's what I need him to do. That's the way to beat Islam. You look at these guys that have had close fights with Islam, like Arman Sarukian. Adrian Morris just fucking killed him, but these guys that had fights with him, they went after him. They did not let this man breathe. They did not let him just do whatever he wanted. You know what I'm saying? You have to go after Islam Makhachev, and that's what Volkanovski is gonna do. I think Islam has so much pressure to win this fight because it's a short notice fight. It's gonna bite him in the ass. I truly believe that, and I think Volkanovski is gonna go out there and knock out Islam Makhachev in the 4th round, defeat him, and destroy him. And I'm letting you know you Islam Makhachev fangirls, and you bumzot fangirls, because Kumar Usman is going to destroy your boy, and Kumar Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev breakdown, film study breakdown will be coming soon. And I just want you to know that the Pack Watch of Dagestan is coming soon, you fucking rats. You mountain cliff dwellers, you're going down because the king is here. Listen, I said it to the Max Jerome Holloway fangirls that this is the baby goat and that there is only one Alexander Volkanovski, and there will always be a bunch of Islam Makhachevs running around. And I promise you, you can never replicate a Alexander Volkanovski. Just know that, Dagestan. So we're gonna make you sit down, and we're gonna make you kiss the ground, and we're gonna make the rats scatter, and Dagestan privilege will be killed at UFC 294, baby. I am picking Alexander Volkanovski to destroy Islam Makhachev and shock the world. I told you here, and I told you everywhere, baby. eBay Fight Predictions is out. That's your breakdown. Love y'all and goodbye. I'm out of here. And yeah, Pislam, I'm gonna be smoking that pack, baby. Bumzat, coming for you, boy. I'm coming soon. Paid in full.
I'm gonna go check that out, and hey, subscribe to eBay's Fight Prediction. Let's keep the eBay Fight Predictions nation growing.